a huge welcome to Lana Parilla and Rebecca Motter! Alright guys, we are going to do a crowd photo. Take out your cell phones, turn your flashlights on, take out your cell phones, turn your flashlights on. We're gonna flood this whole area with stars, and we'll have you guys turn around and I'll take a photo of you right here. Okay guys, on the count of 3, I want you to go nuts. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
Oh, here come your microphones right now. Here they come. Now, of course, we all came here because we love them in Lost, right? Yeah, we're both in Lost. No, we are here to talk mostly about Once Upon a Time. So, Lana, you were the evil Queen Regina.
What is it? Oh, yes, I the evil queen.
For 7 years. And Rebecca, you were the wicked witch for 4 years. So we want everybody to know, we're going to take questions from people. Make sure to line up at the microphones. They'll come up here. They'll bring you up. No personal requests, no gifts, no kiss me. But you can do that at the table later. I just want to start by asking each of you first, how has it been since the show ran for 7 years, 2011 to 2018? How has it been traveling to all these fan events?
It's been awesome. I mean,
we've seen the world together.
We've seen the world together.
It's been amazing. We've traveled to
in
so
fact,
many places.
my mother was saying that. She's like, you guys have gone all around the globe together.
I've traveled more with Lana and with Sean and other people. We've been to more places together than other family members.
Oh, 100%.
Lots of memories made.
Yes.
Lots of nice.
Memories for a lifetime.
Did you know, I mean, when you're doing a show without a live studio audience, did you know that people loved you this much?
No. Not at first.
I don't think we realised until we started doing the conventions. That's when you realise the impact that the show was having on people. You're like, oh my god, this is like a big deal.
That and Summers in Steveston.
Yes.
We would have about 500 fans show up every summer when we were filming Once Upon a Time in Vancouver, and Steveston, which is known as our Main Street in Storybrooke. And we would look off and see, oh my God, remember how so many times we'd be like, oh, we'll talk about whatever. Turn around and there's like 400 people watching us.
That happened to me when we were filming. So I remember once I was talking to Hades and I was all emotional and I turned away and I was being so dramatic. I was like, and I just looked straight into the eyes of 400 people. I'm like, hiya! Not in the scene anymore.
From Brooklyn and Cambridge to Storybrooke.
Oh, snap.
All right, introduce yourself and give us your question.
Okay, hi Lana.
Hi, invisible human.
I'm just like right here.
Oh my God, right in front of me.
It's so good to see you again.
I'm doing great so far.
So I
Yes.
was just wondering, what was it like when you first met Zelina when she appeared on Once Upon a Time?
I was like, who is this new villain stepping on my territory? I thought she was absolutely stunning, especially with that hair. And then we were in character for a long time. We were very serious, committed actresses. We were focused on our parts and our words and the things that we had to say.
But also, when we met, it wasn't like we met and hung out. We met and immediately went into a 5-page scene.
That's right.
So
oh my God, on the
we
green
met
stage.
just like being together in these characters, meeting for the first time for like a whole day.
That's
and we
right.
hadn't even gone, hiya, nice to meet you.
That was in the green fishbowl.
Mm-hmm. No, it was blue because I was green.
Were you green then?
I was always on blue screen, remember? Otherwise I would have disappeared and just been eyes and teeth.
You know, you're right. No, but there was a set. But yes, we were on one of those stages, and we worked that entire day, and we were pretty focused. And but then we had friends in common, and so we knew that we would get on well. And then eventually, when we could be Lana and Rebecca, then we became completely outrageous sisters in life.
Here we are now.
I love that you had Disney color-coded evil magic. That you were purple and you were green.
So true.
Those great colors of every Disney villain, purple and green. Next question.
Hi, I'm Anthony Larson, and I just want to say I'm a huge fan of your TV show. It's one of my favorite fantasy TV shows. Anyway, question for both of you. What are your favorite original Disney villains?
I would say Maleficent is one of them. And I like that I can say her name correctly.
I think mine's the Evil Queen. I mean,
Thanks.
what else am I supposed to say?
So how long do you think Maleficent stood there with the cape over the crib, waiting to go, "Mwahaha!" A long time she was there. Great. So great characters. Next.
Dragon.
Yes, Cynthia Deathridge. Today I am Snow White's evil nemesis.
Yes, I have your apple, and I'm just keeping it off to the side.
Delicious.
Yes. Well, I have a question this time, since I know what some of the other questions are coming up, for Rebecca. As you were working with a crew primarily of North American actors and cast and crew, were because of that, any humorously awkward moments happen?
Because I'm English and I was working in another country. Well, we were in Canada, I suppose is North America, but Canada's like a whole different thing, isn't it? Canadians have got a really good sense of humour, which I appreciate, because they're sort of like more British than America.
Vancouver, yeah, it's British Columbia, the beautiful BC.
So I felt comfortable because I immediately fit in. I think even more so because Canadians are really good at being able to, you can take the piss out of them and they go, hey. So that was fun. I felt like I was in England. But also, like, most of the cast wasn't American because you had Irish and Scottish and Australian and British. So I felt very at home. And then there was this thing. But yeah, mostly, but it was like being in England, wasn't it? We were always just drinking tea and eating biscuits like we were in London, weren't we?
Yeah. Were we not?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at these beautiful outfits. How regal.
Oh, look at my new hair. Oh my God.
I love her.
I'm Rachel, and this is my daughter Isabella.
Hi, Isabella and Rachel.
She looks like my daughter.
They're so adorable.
Gorgeous red hair like you, and we love it so
Like
much.
you, little you.
Bleep me.
We're wondering, so is it hard to transition between hero and villain, or
Is it fun to be wicked?
Yeah. Wicked always wins. So much more fun being wicked. I hated being nice. It's like, ugh.
You still don't like being nice.
No, it's boring. I mean, I have to be nice in real life. Like, if I'm gonna be, I love being mean. Yeah. Just love it. But not in real life. Not in real life. I'm a delight in real life.
On Fridays.
In the evenings.
So how about you? Wicked or nice?
I think I just answered that.
Meow meow. Hello. We have a little cat.
Kitty.
My name is Summer. My question is, what's your top bucket list item that you really want to do?
Oh, good question.
Pyramids. Seriously, you just want to see a pyramid, like a real pyramid.
This wasn't the first thing I thought would come out of your mouth would be pyramids.
I didn't think so either, so I don't know who said that.
Go see what Khufu made for you. You played an anthropologist on Lost, but I used to be a professor of anthropology. So Zoe Lost gave me a tour of the pyramids. We'll talk.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
So cool.
So what's your bucket list?
I really want to work in the UK. My entire career has been in the States, and I would love to go back to the UK and do like a period-y show or something like a fantasy show like a Game of Thrones and film in London and get to share my career with my family, you know, because I'm very separate, you know, so my family don't really get to sort of enjoy my things, so I'd love to have my parents on set and my kids and be at home. And then in England they take breaks and have a cup of tea.
A proper cup.
I really want to work in England just once.
And they have seasons that are just 4 episodes.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Good question. Thank you so
You have
much.
to wait 4 years in
4
between
years
stations.
between each episode.
Hi, my name is Crystal Myler. My question is, what actors, whether once upon a time or elsewhere in your careers, would you agree to work with again, hands down, not even knowing what the project is?
Sisters. But are there any celebrities, famous people other than yourselves you dream of working with?
Sorry, isn't this about us? I am just saying.
Anyway, back to
Whatever, fine.
me. Is there anyone else?
I don't know. You know, I will say, Keith David is here. And I started my career with him some years ago. And it's been so lovely to reconnect with him. So I'm connecting with him here, that voice. I'd like to work with him again in animation.
Yes. Dr. Facilier returns with the evil queen.
Oh, that would be fun.
Well, not to bring the energy down, but my answer was always up until this point, Maggie Smith. Like, I mean, I'm such a massive fan, and she was so similar. She really reminds me of my dad's mum, just very British and woo. That was always a dream of mine to be in something with her. May she rest in peace.
And now you'll make something in her honor.
Amen.
Good question. Next up.
Hello, my name is Jaden, and my question is this. So, it's common knowledge that for every episode, it splits into 2 stories, a main story and the backstory. My question is, did you film an entire season in The Enchanted Forest and then Storybrooke, or did you go episode by episode?
We went...
Bad show, right?
There were times when we were in Fairy Tale Land and Storybrooke in one day. So, but it was rare, especially if she was the Wicked Witch because her whole body was green. So it was a harder changeover.
But it was definitely shot episode by episode. So even if we were in like 6 different worlds, they were all shot in that.
Yeah, they were all
period.
shot in one. But yes, that answers it. And also in one day, we would go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's nice when you have full-time practical sets that you can move from place to place, but it wasn't like a theatrical play that they did it scene by scene. Yeah. Next question. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I love you both. You're so amazing. And just for like the girl boss queens that you are on the show, was there like, for you specifically, Lana, was there any outfit as the evil queen you're like, I love this thing and I feel so good in it and powerful? What was
5
your
that
favorite?
are in my closet are.
And were you allowed to take those 5?
No.
No!
I
they're 5.
started to admit now that it's been 7 years. I'm like, yeah, I took 5 or 6.
Which ones did you take?
I took one I can't confess to. I think I'll get for that one.
Disney legal going to be calling
knocking on the door tomorrow. Exactly.
Under arrest.
One is the red velvet gown that I just absolutely love, and I wore it in the Huntsman episode 7. This episode 7, season 1. I love that dress. I love it. I don't think I could fit in it anymore, but it's lovely. It just hangs beautifully in my closet. What about you, Bex?
Did you take any costumes?
I took anything that wasn't nailed down. In those big IKEA bags and just like, come on. What are they gonna do? They can't fire me, the show's over. I took my broomstick, it's mine. That was a pretty cool moment, getting it put in my car, and I kept looking forward because I knew I was committing a crime, and I just saw the base of the broomstick just go, and I didn't move, didn't flinch, and then poof, I just drove off. It was really cool.
evil inside and out.
Also, just don't tell anyone, yeah? Thanks.
Thanks. Next question, thank you.
Hi, I'm Emma, and my question is, what fictional character, and it doesn't have to be Disney, but what fictional character do you wish was on the show?
Bluey?
Any other fairy tale character or fictional character? Because for example, Rebecca, your character was a stand-in for the witch from Hansel and Gretel, the enchantress from Beauty and the Beast, Persephone, and the Wicked Witch. I mean, are there any other characters you wish also existed or you represented, either of you?
I mean, I always said Darth Vader, but like a future love interest for Regina.
I ship it.
Yeah, right?
I ship it. No, not really. I feel like they got everybody that... Maybe Moana. Yeah, I know that's a Disney answer, but that's one of my top 3 favorite Disney films. I love Moana.
Good question. Next time.
Hi, so my name is Crystal, and I was wondering what your guys' opinion, this is mostly for my sisters, what your guys' opinion are on the new Snow White movie coming out next year.
I haven't seen it.
Like any of the trailer.
Do the us one and then do the one without me one.
I mean, I would say some of our favorite moments were when Barbara,
when we did the stuff with our mum.
When we did the stuff with our mom, when we healed our relationship and then became besties.
And then we remember when we remembered that we'd known each other since we were 11. That was with
We
her.
actually cried for real.
We did, all 3 of us, all day.
It was sweet.
Love crying.
That was a great scene in the cabin.
Ugh, that was a good day.
Yeah.
And then Without Us?
Oh, Without Us. Wait.
Your favorite scene outside?
Some of my favorite scenes, and I'll say one that I loved in particular was with Robert Carlyle. And I walked into, he plays Rumpelstiltskin, everyone. And I walked into his castle, which was really just a green stage, or blue. And he was weaving, and I was just toying with him about Belle. And there was something in that scene that was really magical. When I look back at it, I go, I'm gonna put that one on my reel. Because there was just something between us that was really cool. And
honest.
There was a freedom. Yeah, there was a freedom with the evil queen, and she was just toying with him and playing with him. And I don't know, there was something that I love about the actual work itself that really stood out for me, so. What about you? Ride Farm.
Yeah, you know what it is as well? I think because the villains were so good, when it was like me and the evil queen, or me being the Wicked Witch when he was full Rumple and I'm shaving him with the dagger, they became the most magical. And just the one-on-ones that the 3 of us had independently were just so amazing and intense and fun.
More intimate, and then you spend the day together, so you start to you're just sitting next to each other for 6 hours.
Because also sometimes you have to think in some of the scenes in Once Upon a Time, there's 125 bloody people in the scene. And it would take so long, and you might not be on camera for a long time, there's a lot of sitting, so we always loved it. And plus they took, we'd finish at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was always really fun to play on these sort of one-on-one scenes where you could really get into the nitty-gritty and the acting of it, as opposed to waiting in 5 minutes, I'm going to say something else, hang on. No, not yet. I'm going to cast a curse and cut.
And then you do the scene about 50 times because there's so many
5,000
people.
times,
So I think the more intimate one-on-one scenes are great.
Yeah.
Now, Lana, your dad played for the Phillies, was a baseball player, pro baseball player. And you're very sporty and kinesthetic. What if you could do any kind of character? What would you like to do that would allow you to actualize that in your life?
I know they've done boxing films with women, but I'm actually a really good boxer.
Oh!
And I trained for some years.
This is why you shouldn't follow her. She's a good boxer.
Or just follow behind me, because, I gotcha.
You'll take care of it.
Yeah. That would be fun. I feel like that's something I would like to do. And I like anything sort of like athletic because I love working out and I love staying in shape and like hiking and, you know. So something that I can work toward for a particular role, but it's like a dream of mine.
Would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Rebecca, I think I first saw you in The Devil Wears Prada.
Look at those shoes.
They're so different.
But you know, you've worked with famous actresses, you've been a model, you've done all of these things. What's your dream? What's a role you would dream of playing?
I definitely would love to do something in like the fantasy realm kind of film of like Game of Thrones-esque. Like that whole like British fantasy sexiness would be great to be in one of those big epic films.
So good. So we need to crowdsource a boxing film and a giant epic film. Get working on it. Come on, Silicon Slopes, you got the money. Okay.
All of the writers just come to our tables and pitch your ideas. We're all listening.
Next question, please.
I'm a little shaky because I've never done this before. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you because I feel like actors don't get enough thanks, and the interpreters over there as well don't get enough thanks, and I think that's awesome of you guys.
Everybody applaud the interpreters.
Thank you.
My question is, we talked about your favorite villain. Who is your least favorite?
I don't think we've ever been asked that before, have we? That's intense.
Who's our
least favorite villain?
It doesn't have to be Disney, just villain.
I'm not good at this one.
Scar from The Lion King. Hate that guy.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's a real good one. I hate him
He's
too.
the worst. He
We're
ruined
going to
Simba's
steal that
life.
answer because that's a really good one.
Simba.
Simba's a nice one.
Okay,
This wood?
Yeah.
That idea that no one saw, and it was the untitled Paul Sims project. And at the time, Michael Pena's in it as well with me, and he played my brother. And it was a great comedy, and I went from doing Spin City to doing this pilot, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna start doing comedy. That's what I'm meant to do. And then it didn't get picked up, and then I booked, I think, Boomtown after, and it just went straight into episodic, like really intense, dramatic roles. I was like, and that was predominantly my career. But but there was this Paul Sims project. It was just called the Untitled Paul Sims Project. I think I have it somewhere on VHS.
Untitled Paul Sims Project.
I don't know how you'll find it because I don't even know if I've been credited for it. Although, if you can find Semper Fi.
Yeah.
I play a drill instructor. That was the very, very first TV I did. Actually, no, I did a couple of other things before that, but that was the first big role.
Big role that you ever did.
Yeah.
Now, it's a good thing you moved into Evil because in 2012 you won what was known as the Latin Oscar Awards, but they changed their name to the American Latin Media Art Award in 2012. A big thing, and you know, it showed, you know, representation matters, right?
Yes.
You win that award and people say, oh, little kids say, oh, I can have a career, I can make a difference. How was that experience?
It was fantastic. I was up against wonderful actresses, so I actually did not think I was gonna win. I was really taken back, and I was very honored. I mean, I love being Latina. We have an incredible community of people that support one another, and it's always been like that. It's been consistent since I started my career with all these different Latin events and communities getting together. And I remember you said, I wish I was Latina once.
I have FOMO.
She is FOMO.
There are benefits to being English in America.
Yeah.
We treat you as smarter and better than us.
That is true.
That's true.
So, next question. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Kendra, and I was wondering, when you were like littler, did you ever think you were going to be an actor, or did you have different plans?
Oh, you're so cute. I always wanted to be on the telly. I do remember that. I didn't think, oh, I'm definitely going to be an actress, but I even remember watching TV when I was little and I'd see commercials and kids running around and think, I can do that. Why am I not doing that? I also had this really annoying personality from birth. And no one else else in my family has it. So I think in my German family, I always used to say, "Oh, Rebecca, she belongs in the circus." I'm like, a bit harsh. But I always knew, I think because they didn't sort of know what to do with me, so I kind of came to acting a little bit later, not into my early 20s, and I'm like, this is what I need to be doing, you know?
Did you always know, Lana, that you want to be, while you're drinking? Coming up, Lana has some movies coming up, The Dime Detective.
Answer that question, by the way.
And The Rainmaker. So we do want to go and see those. Write it down. The Dime Detective and The Rainmaker, now that you've finished swallowing.
Well, yes, I'm finished swallowing, but I will answer that question. Wait, what was the question?
What did you want, when you were little, was there anything other than an actor you wanted to be?
Right. Yes. I used to do like commercials for my family, and my grandfather used to film them on his 8mm camera. And so my family knew that I was going to be an actress probably before I did. I didn't think I understood that at 3.
So tell us about these movies.
Well, yeah, let's all talk. So I did a movie called Dime Detective over the summer, and have you guys seen True Detective? Yeah, on HBO. It's the same producers, and they did a movie called Dime Detective with Terrence Howard. You guys like Terrence Howard? No Terrence Howard? Great. So I don't know when that will come out, but I shot it over the summer, and I just booked a new series called The Rainmaker. It's a John Grisham novel. And I am playing Bruiser. Bruiser's a gender-bending role. So originally written for a man, but I am playing her.
You convince people to change male roles to roles for you. You convince people to change American roles to English roles. So it's very good, very good. You have it coming up, Rebecca, real soon, is an episode of Papa's House with Damon Wayans, one of the Wayans.
Yeah, there's a new show coming out on CBS next month called Papa's House with Damon Wayans Sr. and Jr., and I did an episode of that, and it is one of the funniest shows I've ever been a part of. The chemistry in that family is just, it's so funny, and I think my episode's going to air in early November.
We're tuning in.
Next question.
Hi, I'm Dexter. I wanted to say first that thank you so much for just being in the show. Your performances have really comforted me throughout the years. And my question is, we all know that the family tree in Once Upon a Time is massive and confusing, you know? So did you guys have any trouble? Did you guys have any trouble figuring out wait, okay, so I'm their great-grandma and their niece, you know?
Yeah.
Any trouble with that?
There are moments. There were some moments. We would sit there all together and be like, wait a second, you're the daughter of the son of the... Oh my God! You're my child! Or whatever.
Grandpa.
Someone's... Yeah.
Wait, is this legal?
So the answer is there were
because
times.
Adam and Benny didn't call us and explain things. They didn't. We would just sort of have to figure it out.
So who am I? Good.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Next question.
I'm Evie. I've been watching Once Upon a Time since I was probably way too young to be watching it. But I was just wondering, so as actresses, you are obviously really connected to your characters. So I was wondering if there was any time where what you thought the character was conflicted with what the writers thought, and if there were certain plot points that you didn't agree with.
Did you ever fight the writers? Were there things you didn't agree with?
Yes, I wouldn't say I fought them, but I definitely asked questions. One was the evil panda line. Quite see the humor in it. But then it became a thing. And it lived in the bloopers they made. But I think there, at times, I would not fight back, I would more ask questions and inquire where are we going with Regina and why am I saying this?
Right.
I wasn't thrilled about having a baby on the show because you have to hold a baby in the show, and babies are heavy. And we went to dinner one night, and Eddie said to me, one of the creators of the show, he went, "Hey Mater, what's it like having a baby?" I went, "It's a nightmare, mate. Hate it." And he went, what do you mean? I said, and do you know what's funny? Fake babies weigh 100 pounds. They're so heavy. So when I had the real baby, I was like, and it was cute, but then they just give me this lead weight doll, and I'd be doing a scene, and I could only ever hold my baby with one arm because I had to do my magic with my right hand. So by the end of the day, I'm like, my left arm would be shaking. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I said, I hate it, Eddie. So he said, I'm really sorry. And I said, by the way, I'm pretty powerful. Can't I just say, you're 21, get a job, and get out of the house? And he went, you're hilarious. Cut to, the next episode comes and she's 21.
Good.
So I said to the actress, you're welcome for your job. And I didn't have to carry her anymore.
I'm so
No
sorry.
one was farted on by babies again.
We are out of time, but I'm gonna get your question. It's really fast. What is it?
Everybody.
If you had to be on any show or film, what would it be?
Name a show you'd like to be on.
Succession.
Succession.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Thanks, everyone. Let's give a standing ovation to Lana Parilla and Rebecca Miller.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much.
Please, everybody, give them one more time. Give a huge round of applause. There you